John chapter 16, verses 16 to 20. Jesus saw that they wanted to ask him about this. So he said to them, "Are you asking one another what I meant when I said, 'In a little while you will see me no more, and then after a little while you will see me'?" Today's reflection is a part of the dialogue between Jesus and his apostles just before he enters his passion. To help us reflect, let me begin with a little life incident that is so common. Have we ever had an instance where we found it difficult to see or read fine print? Our immediate response is, "Let me go for an eye checkup." And if, after the checkup, the doctor recommends glasses, we go with the suggestion and proceed to have a pair of spectacles made. And this usually solves our problem. Of course, we make sure that the number on the glasses matches the prescription, otherwise, it would be of no use. We use a pair of spectacles to help us see better and clearly. Seeing is so important to us. Seeing is one of our five senses, along with hearing, smelling, touching, and tasting. We can all understand how difficult life would be if our eyesight grows dim. We place so much importance on our natural eyesight and are taught from a young age that we should not read in poor light or at night. We should blink several times a day to rest our eyes. We should splash water on our eyes to refresh us, etc. In the Bible too, we see Jesus healing those who are blind and restoring their natural vision. In Mark chapter 10 verses 46 to 52, we read about blind Bartimaeus who is healed by Jesus and gains his natural eyesight back. But to see also has deeper meanings. Let us delve into this a bit more. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. I wanna see you. This is such a familiar hymn. Open my eyes, Lord. I want to see Jesus. We are constantly asking Abba Father for this unique gift to see God. And yet, in John 20:29, Jesus tells Thomas, "Blessed are those who have not seen and yet believe." Isn't this a bit odd? On one hand, we are praying to see Jesus, and in this verse, Jesus is actually asking for a belief that is not dependent on seeing. Confused? Well, so was I till I delved further. Seeing and looking are two different words. I can look, but not yet see. Because to see, in its deeper sense, is to go beyond the visible. To see is to know what is before me is not the final truth. There is yet more ahead. To see is not merely a physical reality, but in fact a spiritual one. When Jesus tells his apostles they will not see him for a little while and then later they will see him, well, they are confused. This is not because Jesus is not telling the truth, but rather because he is speaking in spiritual terms while they understand in physical terms. Because for the apostles at that time, they are so limited to a worldly understanding of seeing that also limits their understanding. Jesus, in fact, is asking them to lift their vision to heaven because his earthly life is soon going to end, and they will not see him then. However, he is going to still be alive, and they will be able to see him if they lift their eyes to where Jesus will be for all eternity. This is a big shift. Eyes to be lifted up to the heavenlies. Brothers and sisters, the eagle is a famous bird. It has the sharpest eyesight in the animal kingdom, estimated at 4 to 8 times stronger than that of the average human. Eagles have excellent 20 to 5 vision compared to an average human who only has 20 to 20 vision. This means eagles can see things from 20 feet away that we can only see from 5 feet away. Stop for a moment and think. As humans, we are so limited in our physical vision while the eagle is so much more developed in its vision. And yet, We choose to live our lives thinking and believing only what we can see before us, which, even compared to the eagle, is so less. What is the Lord asking of us today? Child, can I share my vision with you? Child, can you see things and people and situations like I see them? Think about this. So much of our life's problems will be different or become manageable only if we can say yes to the Lord on both these questions. Lord, please share your vision with me. Lord, please let me see as you see. If I am sick, battling an illness over the years and praying to God for healing, perhaps I can pray, Lord, you know I am sick and battling this illness for so long, and yet you have the power to heal me. Yet, Lord, as I await your kindness, let me still praise you, for I see you are working even through this illness for my good and for your glory. If I have relationship issues, I can pray, Lord, you know my pain and what I am going through. While I await your power in my disturbed and broken relationships, help me see you in the other person and help me love this person as I love you. We are all familiar with that famous poem, Two Sets of Footprints in the Sand. One night I had a dream. I dreamt I was walking along the beach with the Lord, and across the sky flashed scenes from my life. For each scene, I noticed two sets of footprints in the sand. One set belonged to me, and the other to the Lord. When the last scene of my life flashed before me, I looked back at the footprints in the sand, and I noticed that many times along the path of life, there was only one set of footprints. I also noticed that it happened at the very lowest and saddest times in my life. This really bothered me, so I questioned the Lord about it. One set of footprints in the sand. Lord, you promised me you'd hold my hand. Tell me why, in the troubled time, I look back and I would find one set of footprints in the sand. Lord, you said that once I decided to follow you, you would walk with me all the way. But I noticed that during the most troublesome times in my life, there's only one set of footsteps. I don't understand why in times I needed you the most that you should leave me. And the Lord replied, my precious, precious child, I love you, and I would never, never leave you. During your times of trial and suffering, when you saw only one set of footprints, it was then that I was carrying you. Dear brothers and sisters, let us ask the Lord to see as He sees. Amen.